Good evening. I'm Byron Scott with a CTV News update. County election workers began counting mail-in ballots today. This was the scene at Lake Arbor Elementary School this morning. Election workers started opening, processing, and scanning vote-by-mail ballots. Watching close by were candidates like Juanica Fisher, who ran for the District 2 County Council seat. Elections officials say they're processing about 24,000 mail-in ballots today.
The whole process of counting mail-in ballots and provisional ballots until July 29th. And that's our earliest estimate. It could actually extend after that, depending on the number of ballots that we receive in the mail. And they are constantly coming in.
I decided to come out. I'm leading in a close race and wanting to make sure that every vote in District 2 is counted for, making sure that we're a part of the process and there's transparency.
Alexander says they will continue counting ballots through Saturday, then resume the following Monday. A former Prince George's State's Attorney Glenn Ivey maintains a sizable lead against Donna Edwards, who is fighting to get her old seat back in Congress. Ivey is leading by 16 percentage points or more than 4,000 votes, with all precincts reporting. On Election Day, he told CTV News that he would do what he would do first in office if he wins the District 4 House seat.
Well, I think we need to make sure we build out strong staff. So we have people who are doing work in the community and also a strong legislative staff to help move things through Washington, D.C. that the voters need to get done. But I think it's important to make sure we don't just focus on Capitol Hill. We focus back on the home district and get things done for people here in the community. They might need help with Social Security or Veterans Affairs, getting the benefits that they deserve. We want to make sure that we're there for them and making it happen.
Edwards has accused Ivey of using developer money to fund his campaign. Well, if you stepped outside today, then you already know it is extremely hot. The National Weather Service issued a heat advisory for the entire Washington, D.C. metro region until 8 tonight. You can expect the high temps and humidity to continue into the weekend. The county's Office of Homeland Security is reminding residents to drink lots of water and limit outdoor activities. CTV spoke to shoppers about today's hot weather.
I'm staying in the house and coming out only when necessary and drinking lots of water. That's it.
And that's really all you can do?
That's all you can do. It's really, really hot out here.
Just trying to stay hydrated. A lot of watermelon, seeded juice, ginger for your immune system, coconut water if you have access to it.
Try to avoid crowds as much as possible, so I come out early when I got to come out and take care of my business. And just try to play it safe, but it's a beautiful day, but it's hot.
A lawsuit filed in U.S. District Court alleges that at least 9 people and possibly hundreds of others who were detained at the Prince George's County Jail were illegally incarcerated for weeks or months, even after judges ordered their release. Attorneys for the 9 plaintiffs filed the suit on Tuesday. They allege that judges ordered their release pending trial, but then unlawfully deferred whether they should be released to pretrial services. A spokesperson for the judiciary said judges don't comment on pending litigation. And President Joe Biden has tested positive for the COVID-19 virus. Biden, who is fully vaccinated and is experiencing mild symptoms and is taking Paxlovid, an antiviral drug designed to reduce the severity of the disease. Aides say he is currently isolating in the White House and will continue to carry out all of his duties. And here are the latest COVID-19 numbers for our area. The Maryland Department of Health has confirmed 2,058 new cases. The positivity rate in Prince George's County continues to inch up and now stands at 13.82%. 7 Marylanders have died of COVID over the past 24 hours, and 554 people are hospitalized. Well, the 8th hearing on the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol will be broadcast on primetime TV tonight. According to reports, the House committee will dive deep into the timeline of events from when former President Trump spoke at the Ellipse to when he released a pre-recorded video asking his supporters to leave the Capitol. The panel will also hear testimony from former Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Matthews and former Deputy National Security Advisor Matthew Pottinger. The hearing will be airing tonight at 8 o'clock. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott. More news in just a bit.
To Sofia and Gabriel, Miss Flores, my little flowers. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love, so you can take me with you wherever you go, near or far. These stitches and threads join us together. Me, your mother, and both of you. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Dear humans, I stand here today not for myself, but for every tail wagger, sloppy kisser, and curtain ninja. I stand here for each one of the thousands of dogs and cats killed in shelters each day, asking you to join our cause and help us make sure every best friend has a chance to meet one of their own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge and your help, we can save them all.
Welcome back. The Independent Investigations Division of the State Attorney General's Office is looking into fatal officer-involved shooting in Montgomery County. It happened yesterday morning on the 100 block of Garth Terrace in Gaithersburg. Investigators say U.S. Marshals were attempting to serve a warrant when a deputy sheriff shot and killed the wanted man. They say he was armed with a large knife. A second person was also shot and being treated for his injuries. The Attorney General's Office is investigating as required by law. The investigation may or may not lead to state charges. Well, as we mentioned yesterday, Delegate Dan Cox has been declared the GOP winner in the gubernatorial primary, but Governor Larry Hogan has vowed not to support his party's candidate in the general election. Cox successfully fended off a challenge from Hogan's preferred candidate, State Commerce Secretary Kelly Schulz. Hogan accused former President Trump of colluding with the Democratic group to boost Cox's campaign, and that move, he says, could cost Republicans the governorship this fall. A far-right lawmaker, Cox launched a failed attempt to impeach Hogan this past February. Well, several races in the Maryland legislature could be upsets, all depending on the outcome of mail-in ballots. In District 22's three-member race, 8-term delegate Ann Healy is in third place, as 219 votes ahead of Ashanti Martinez, a policy analyst for CASA. Haley's opposition to abortion rights may have cost her some votes in the district. In District 23, incumbent Senator Ron Watson leads former Prince George's School Board member Rahila Ahmed by 639 votes. Incumbent delegate Susan Proctor is trailing Navy veteran Kevin Harris in District 27A. Proctor was appointed to replace her late husband, Delegate James Proctor, back in 2015. Legislative boundaries in her area changed somewhat during the redistricting. And mail-in ballots will likely decide the winner of District 26 in the Senate. Former Senator C. Anthony Muse and Tamara Davis Brown are neck and neck, competing to replace Senator Obie Patterson, who announced in April that he would not seek re-election. Well, it looks like Montgomery County residents may have to hold their breath awaiting election results once again. For the second time in a row, Democrat Mark Elrich and David Blair are headed for a prolonged ballot count in the race for Montgomery County Executive. Only about 1,200 votes separate the two, with Blair currently leading by just over 1%. 4 years ago, Elrich won by only 77 votes. About 25,000 Democratic mail-in ballots need to be counted. The process is expected to last at least 10 days. Well, were you impacted by the severe storms that hit the region last week? Now's your chance to get information about assistance being offered. The Maryland Insurance Administration is holding a series of virtual presentations and Q&A sessions. Attendees will also have a chance to have private sessions with insurance reps to discuss specific storm-related questions. The next session takes place tomorrow from 5 to 7 p.m. as well as this Saturday from 12 noon until 2. To join the virtual event, log on to the Zoom link at the bottom of your screen and then input the meeting ID number. Well, police are asking for help in apprehending a serial robber. Police want you to look at these surveillance photos. This is the man they're after. They say he's wanted in connection with 4 armed robberies in the Beltsville area going back to December of 2021. The most recent was last month at a beauty parlor in Cherry Hill Road. Investigators say in each case he threatens an employee with a knife and demands money. No one's been hurt, police say, but if you know who he is, contact police. Well, Silver Spring man is behind bars tonight in connection with a deadly shooting last year in Lewisdale. Arrested was 37-year-old Reginald Howell. He's accused of the July 2021 triple shooting that took the life of 44-year-old Angel Olivares of Capitol Heights. Investigators say the victim was found in the driver's seat of a crashed van on the 6700 block of 22nd Place. 2 women were also found in the van. They too had been shot but survived. Howell faces several charges, including murder and attempted murder. The motive, police say, is still under investigation. And more news in just a bit. Stay tuned.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back. Maryland State Police are investigating a shooting that happened on Route 50 early this morning. It happened just before 4 o'clock near Kenilworth Avenue. The gunfire struck an SUV with 3 people inside. No injuries were reported. Anyone with information on the case is asked to call State Police at 301-345-3101. And police are investigating a fatal shooting that took place in District Heights yesterday. Police were called to the 3300 block of Walters Lane, where they located an adult male suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. So far, there are no suspects or motives, but if you have any information on the case, you're asked to contact police. And police are investigating a car crash that took place outside the CTV studios this afternoon. It happened on the 7400 block of Lotsford Road near McCormick Drive. The driver of the car tells CTV that he fell asleep at the wheel. The car crossed over to the oncoming traffic and crashed into a tree.
Well, I have a bad case of insomnia, and then I just dozed off. And the car tore the car. So I know it's total. I know my wife is going to kill me. I just thank God I didn't hit nobody.
Fortunately, no one was hurt. And now a brief look at sports with Laurencia Moten.
Thanks, Byron. In sports news, the state of Maryland takes a big leap in a positive direction to create an inclusive environment for all athletes. The new Inclusive Attire Act took effect this month, and the law requires all levels of sport in the state of Maryland to allow students to play in religious attire. Prior to the passing of the bill, student athletes were forced to choose between their faith and their passion for sports, an unfair choice for anyone. Under the new law, modifications to athletic or team uniforms can include head coverings, undershirts, or leggings. Today, I spoke with Zainab Chandri of Maryland Office of the Council on American Islamic Relations, and she told me this issue affects many different groups of students.
There were so many students who were affected by this issue. Students who wear either the hijab or the Sikh batka or the Jewish kippah or like other article of faith, who have either run into obstacles while trying to compete in competitive sports in schools, or they never actually tried out because of the fear that they might be singled out or might be told that they can't play. So this is a very important historic moment for all of the state's faith communities, and it sends a strong message to students that you belong, your identity matters, and you can still continue to play despite your religious beliefs.
Now, if you're a Capitals fan, you know how essential the core talent is for this team. So fans should be excited about the new news general manager Brian McClellan gave on team leader Tom Wilson's injury progression. Wilson suffered a severe ACL injury in May, and last night, McClellan told reporters that he's doing better than expected. Wilson is one of the players that makes the team go, and without him, it'll be hard for them to compete for another Stanley Cup. In the basketball world, moments ago, the Mystics defeated the New York Liberty 78-68. And that's all I have for sports. Back to you, Byron.
Let's get a quick look on your weather forecast tonight. Isolated showers with lows in the 70s. Tomorrow, sunny and hot, highs in the mid-90s. Saturday, hot again, highs around 96. Sunday looks to be a scorcher with highs around 98 degrees. And that's our news for tonight. I'm Byron Scott. Good night.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.